Welcome to HSK 1 Week 2 Review. We're going to go quickly over the points that we talked about in the last 4 videos and do some review. So first we talked about telling numbers, and we have 千 meaning 1,000, 百 100, 十 10, and the digits 1到9, 1 to 9. And we always go from big to small, and you just say the number of thousands, the number of hundreds, numbers of tens, and digits. So here we have 4,316. It's 4,316. 4,316. And if you skip a unit, then or skip more than one unit, you use 0 to represent. 4,306. Also, there's a little nifty rule that if you have a nice number like this, 1,050, you can skip the last unit. So I can say, did I say 1,100? 155. That means 105. But it's not 100 ling, that would be 105. But this is, when I say 105, it means 150 because I'm understanding that the unit that I dropped is the one that comes right after this one. So 1,500 means 1,500. Then we went the next day, or the next point, we talked about measure words. So in Chinese, all nouns need a measure word. Basically, all nouns need a measure word. And the most common measure word is ge. It's sort of the default measure word. If you can't remember the right one, you can say ge. But it's also the correct one for many nouns. And another measure word we learned was sui, which is very specific to age. It means how old someone or something is. And so if I ask, how old are you? 你多大? And that means literally you how big? 你多大? And the answer, if someone's 20, would be 我20岁. There's no 是, there's no is. 我20岁. And here's an example of saying how many, talking about how many. The most general phrase is duōshǎo. duōshǎo ge pinyin. That means how many apples. duōshǎo ge pinyin. And duōshǎo can apply to any number. And here we have ji. Ji is very helpful. It applies to smaller numbers. When you expect the number to be relatively small, something between 1 to 10 or more or less 1 to 10, then you can say ji ge pinyin. Oh, I forgot to write the pinyin there, but it's the same as here. 几个苹果. So that's how to talk about using measure words and to ask how many of something. duōshǎo can also be used to refer to or to ask about how much of something that's uncountable, like water. How much water? You just omit the measure word ge. 多少水? 多少水 would be how much water. Okay, next we're going to talk about money. So the phrase for the word for money is 钱, and the phrase is 多少钱, how much money. In money we go from 块, we have 块. That's the main unit of money, or in China you can also say yuan, which looks like this. Oops. Yuan. Kuai or yuan. And then the next one is tens, which is mao or jiao. And then lastly, for the hundreds or the cents is fan. This isn't very common in China because that small unit of money isn't usually used anymore. But if the thing we're talking about is 5 in English, if something is 530, we would say, if it's the same unit in Chinese money, 5.3, because we don't usually use the fan, it would be 5块3毛. 5块3毛. Or if we want to do something a little bit more complicated, we can do this. We'll do 116块5毛6分. So 56, I don't say the number 56, I say 5 tens, 6 fun cents, or hundreds. So it's different in that sense. Okay, days of the week. We talked about to say the day of a week, we simply do the word week and then the number of the day until we get to Sunday. So we have 星期 is the most common phrase for week. So we say 星期几, which day of the week? 星期几, which day? And if it's Monday, then it's 星期一, 二, 三, 四, 五, 六. And then when we get to Sunday, we either say 天, why am I doing Chinese characters now? I'm not sure. 天 or 日. That 天, they both mean day. So for Sunday, it's weekday. That's literally how you say Sunday. And it's either 星期天 or 星期日. 日 is more formal. Let's see here, I lost my spot in my notes. Okay, so that is how we talk about the days of the week. Then we talked about the dates. So we have, if we want to talk about dates, it's 年, year. We go big to small, 年, 月, month, and 日 or 号. And we just put the number there. So if we're talking about a year like let's see, 2016, then we would say we're going to do a date like 2016 May 13th. So we would say 2016年3月13日 or 号. Those are dates. And to say the question, which date, 几月, how many months? Literally, it sounds like how many months, but it means which month. How many months and how many days, 几日 or 号. That's the question, which date. And now I really lost my spot in my notes. Too much scrolling here. Where did it go? I'm totally lost. Oh, here we go. And then dates and then time. Lastly, we talked about time. And 点. 点 is how we say o'clock. And 分 is how we say the minute. So if I want to say 6:16, the time, then I would say 6点16分. 6点16分. We talked about a couple special words. 半 meaning half. So 6:30, 6点半. Or also 6点30分 is also fine. By the way, you can drop the 分 at the end because 6点30 is also fine. I'm just teaching you the full phrase. And we all talked about 课 meaning quarters. So it's 6:15, 6点1刻. 6:45, 6点40刻. 6点3刻, excuse me. 6点3刻. And then I also talked about if I want to say 5 to 6 o'clock, so it's 5:55, I would say 差5分6点. 差5分6点. That would be 5 to 6. And I think that covers it. I did want to mention that in China, it's most common to use a 12-hour format. But you will also hear some people talk about using 24-hour format. So example, 5 o'clock would be 17 o'clock. That is, sometimes people use that just for clarity. But more often than not, people use the 12-hour format. And so you can just simply add words before the o'clock phrase to talk about what part of the day. Is it morning? Morning actually has an early morning and late morning. Noon, around noon, afternoon, evening, and so forth. So you just put the word, let's say it's 6:16 in the evening. 晚上 means evening, so it's 晚上6点16分. Great, you guys keep going. You're doing a great job.